think that kind of Booktok has changed the romance genre a lot?
Think so. I think more than changed it, it's just grown it rapidly.
Yeah.
Um, so I remember when I was younger, I guess in my teen years, my sister is like 7 years older than me, and if she had a romance book on holiday or whatever, it would almost be like that kind of yummy mummy genre. Like
Yeah.
those were the only types of romance you'd ever see in bookstores like Waterstones. It would be those kind of Sophie Kinsella type books.
Yeah.
But I think with the rise of book talk, the romance genre has grown exponentially. Like there's so many different subgenres, so many different types of romance. Like I don't had never heard of a cowboy romance until book talk. Like I did not know that that was a thing. Um, and now you see them everywhere, and they're in like commercial bookstores.
Yeah.
So I think it's more that it's just grown than it's changed it specifically. Probably those things did exist, but they were quite a bit niche and like not as marketed. So yeah, I think it's just got a lot more popular, which has allowed a lot more authors to write their kind of genres and actually get published instead of having to self-publish.
Yeah. So my next question is kind of about like carrying on from that. It's like about how there's more do you think there's more diverse storylines, endings and like life experiences included in the books?
Yeah, 100%. I especially think there's more diversity in young adult fiction. So every time we see new like massive YA books, they are like really diverse, whether that's that there's more characters of color or that there's like queer romances in them, or it's just that the types of themes in them are like more varied than ever. They have so much more diversity in now than they used to.
Mm.
I feel like fantasy and romance less so, but I do think it's improving as the years go on.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's one thing BookTok is really actually quite responsible for. Like, so many people make videos like Black History Month book recommendations or LGBT Pride Month recommendations, which helps people expand their TBRs.
Yeah.
And I remember R.F. Kuang, the author of The Poppy War, did an interview recently where she said that still now authors of color are like published way, 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 way less than white straight men basically.
Yeah.
um and so like that again, I remember that video went viral on book talk and people were
Yeah.
saying like, oh, we they didn't realize that that was still the way it was. And yeah, so I definitely think that it is more diverse now, but it's in certain genres rather than as a whole.
Yeah, because I specifically with the endings of some romance books, obviously like in the past it's kind of I guess it's more about like marriage and them settling down.
Yeah,
Whereas now, I think, in my opinion anyway, I think that it's more like they're just together or they get a dog or
yeah,
like something different, if you know what I
that's a
mean.
good point actually. And I do think people's taste in tropes has maybe dictated that a lot. So I know that obviously there's like a big thing about people disliking third act breakups, the pregnancy trope. And so I think people do vary their endings and their epilogues a little bit now, so that not every book is married, baby, that's it. Because obviously that's not what everyone necessarily wants in life. Like some people, that's not their goals. So yeah, that is actually true. I do feel like romance, the endings are definitely more varied now than they used to be.
Yeah.
Particularly, I feel like because as well, we get a lot more romance series, like a lot more interconnected standalone series, and each book in a series will have different tropes and different endings. Like Elle Kennedy, she's an author that does that, or her book endings are slightly different, or the Chestnut Springs series, like things like that, they all have these different tropes which dictates how different the endings are. So yeah, definitely I agree with that.